Alright, here we are at chapter 41 again in the book of Job, and what you're looking at is the very last part of this very long description of Leviathan. And we're going to be looking at verses 30 through 34. Everything back here is basically about how strong this being is going to be. And this is once he comes into the flesh. This is how strong and invincible he's going to be. The only one that's going to be able to remove him will be Christ. He will not be able to be removed by any man or any weapon of man. So here in verse 30 it says, "Sharp stones are under him. He spreadeth sharp pointed things upon the myrrh." Now these sharp stones that are under him, I told you this was the crystals. These sharp stones, crystals are naturally sharp. Crystals that form in natural conditions are naturally sharp. Okay, and that's what they're trying to tell you here. Sharp stones are under him. He spreadeth sharp pointed things upon the myrrh. Now, before we get further, I want to give you some proof of what I'm saying. Of course, this Leviathan isn't a sea monster. Okay, not in the literal sense. We're talking about the angel of the bottomless pit, Leviathan, here. And that's what all of this is about. Now, to further corroborate this, what we're going to look at is these sharp stones. And I want to correlate these stones also to the book of Enoch. And what we're going to be seeing here is chapter 9, and it's going to be verse 7. Now watch this. "Throw upon him hurled and pointed stones, covering him with darkness." Now we're talking about Azazel, okay? Bind Azazel, hand and foot, cast him into the darkness, and the opening in the desert, which is in the Duodel, cast him in there, throw upon him hurled and pointed stones, covering him with darkness. Okay? So any of you that cannot see, now there's more references to these hurled and pointed stones, but we have it right here in front of us. Sharp stones are under him. So this is directly tying up this Leviathan thing with these fallen beings that were shut up in the inner earth. And it's even more so tying him directly to the king of these fallen beings, the very prince, the fallen prince of this world, which is the devil. Okay? Now we get more correlation with it being the abyss. And we know that the abyss is the bottomless pit. "And he maketh the deep to boil like a pot, and he maketh the sea like a pot of ointment. He maketh a path to shine after him." One would think the deep to be hoary, and this is where, if you go to your concordance, you will find out that the deep to be hoary is going to translate to bottomless pit, which is going to tie this Leviathan thing up to the Antichrist, to the devil, and it's going to take it away from being this mythological sea creature that is in ruins around Mount Sinai right now. Okay? So it says, "Upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear." Now this one is without fear because he thinks he is God. He believes that there is no universal Father, and they are representing themselves as God himself. "He beholdeth all things. He is a king over all the children of pride." And this is direct reference to him being in the book of Revelation as being the king over those locusts. And that's what it's all about. So I hope that you see what I've shown you. I know that it was probably, this was probably not one of my best video series. I'm not proud about the way that it came out, but nonetheless, the information is still there to see. Thank you for your time.